Hello and welcome to Business Sense. I'm Ralph Rivas. Today we're here in the charging yard of Mober, a logistics company that runs on electric vehicles. Mober CEO Dennis Nang will show us around this facility and tell us a little bit about their history. Hi, Dennis.
Yes, thank you for having me.
So
Hi,
this
welcome,
is
yeah.
the unit that you wanted to show us.
Yes.
Tell us more about this.
So this is our 6EW. We call it 6EW, 6 electric well delivery truck, right? So this part is the battery part. This is the most expensive part, right? When we purchase this, wala siyang ganito. Nilagay namin to just in
For
case.
extra protection,
Yes,
of course.
kasi baka pag may bumangga at least may protection siya dito, right? So this one. Then I'll show you this. This is the charging bay, right? This one.
Oh.
You look at this one. Dito lang siya sino-charge.
Okay.
Right.
So normally, kapag regular na sasakyan, saan ba dito?
Pag sa consumer, yung mga kotse, I think dun sa likod nila nilalagay. So for this special unit, dito natin nilagay siya. Yeah, so that's a charger, right?
Normally, how long does the charging?
For this battery kasi, this is a 50 kilowatt battery, right? So if we use a 7 kilowatt charger, it's straightforward, 50 over 7. So that's around 7 hours.
Oh,
That's a slow charger.
yeah.
Pero since we don't consume lahat ng battery, we maintain 30%, no. Ito mga 4 hours.
Okay.
So pagbalik nila lahat ng gabi, it's a charge. So we have a charger specialist. Si Venex will show us on how we charge this, right?
Actually, I've never seen a
charger.
EV being charged before.
Yeah.
you could just
So we
show
have two kind of. This is a wall-mounted 7 kilowatt, and this is a portable. So itong portable, this is a DC charger. This is an AC charger. May difference pa siya. Itong ginagamit namin dito kasi mas powerful to. So for the other units namin, yung mga vans, we use this one. This one, if you look at this, may RFID siya. Pero hindi pa namin na-activate. So all our drivers or GDS, magkakaroon sila ng card. Tatap lang nila. Pag tap nila, activate to, i-charge na nila. So para makita natin kung gaano katagal yung charging nila. Right? So I'll invite Venex to show us. Venex, can you come? Can you show us how to charge? Okay.
Sige. Sige nga.
Pakita mo kay Sir Ralph. Okay. So you can turn on
It's as easy as that.
Yes,
Lagay
you can turn on the engine Venex so that Sir Ralph can see dun sa dashboard on how it works, right? Yeah. You can go ahead, Sir Ralph. You can see. Yeah. You can go up, sir.
Okay, sige nga.
So you can go to the
Oh, ito.
dashboard.
Ayun.
Para makita natin yung charging niya, kung nagcha-charge na siya, kailangan natin i-on. Hindi siya so.
So ito.
Tapos makikita sa dashboard yung yung kung ilang percent na siya.
So ilang percent na ba to?
So siya 99.
90. So naka-charge na to just for demo lang natin. Okay.
So pagka, meron din nakikita rin naman gusto may monitor ng charging natin.
Meron din doon.
Sa akin, makikita ko ilang amperahe yung pumapasok. Makikita natin lahat pa sa may charger.
Dali lang parang laruan lang. Sinasaksak.
Nasa dashboard na 99. So 99 din dapat dito.
Ito.
Ayan.
Ito to. Yan.
So 0 na siya kasi hindi na pero 100 yan. Finish charging na siya.
Ayan.
So, ito yung-
Ayan.
Ayan, merong lahat dito yung tatlong yan. Lalabas yung amperahe pumapasok. Tapos kung ilang volts, saka yung charging. Kung ilang.
Okay.
makikita natin.
So, Dennis, gaano ka rami ba yung pwedeng ilagay? Gaano kabigat?
So this one is a 3.3 tons, right? Ang net load nito nasa 2.85 tons. This is a 16 cbm na laman. No? Let me show you sa loob. I see. So this is how we. So malinis sa loob, right? So this one.
Nagamit na ba ito? Parang amoy bago.
Yes, nagamit na to. Masinop sila maglinis sa loob. But if you notice, there's quite very clean, no? So dito, kaya dito ang 14 cbm hanggang sa taas. Pwede tayo mag-load na 2.85 tons.
But this is your biggest unit, or hindi?
No, this is the biggest. We have another unit at the back. That's the biggest. This is a regular 6EW. Then we have a 6EW plus at the back of this
So
unit.
mga ilan yung ganito niyo?
Ito nasa 35.
Oo.
Ay, yung malaki, isa lang yon. Yeah, that's our first na tinetest namin. Ito.
So tara dun sa mas malaki.
So this is bigger. If you notice, this is a lot bigger. This is higher, right?
Yeah.
Ito, you can try to open this one. Right. Ito, mas malaki.
Mukhang bago rin.
Ito, hindi pa namin to nagagamit.
nagagamit.
Hindi pa namin to nagagamit, right? So this big, right? So I think the interior nito mas bigger to than the one that you tested. So we also put a charger here. And the battery of this is mas malaki. If this is 50 kilowatt, no, this is 98 kilowatt.
So ilang hours yung charge?
So if this one we cannot use the 7 kilowatt.
Yeah,
So we use a 20 kilowatt. So again, that's 90 plus over 22, mga 5 hours.
Now I noticed no dito sa itong mga charger, may kailangang special paano ba ina-install to?
This one.
Yeah.
May kada charger, may sarili siyang parang breaker. So that pag nag-trip siya, safe tayo dito. Yeah.
So ano ba, may kailangan ba special permits for you to install this? Kasi halimbawa kung if everyone, for example, transitions to EV, dapat merong ganito yung bahay.
Yes. For a 7 kilowatt, no, itong AC charger, pwede mo to itap sa bahay. Parang naggagamit ka lang ng aircon. Yeah, but if we do a 20 kilowatt, 22, 32 kilowatt, that's a 3-phase. Kailangan natin magkaroon ng saling transformer, kailangan natin mag-request sa Meralco para bigyan tayo ng ganitong kalakas na requirements. Etong ganitong charger, this is mura lang. This is around 12,000-13,000 pesos. Madali mag-charge. Parang charger lang to. Kumbaga, kung sa cellphone natin, parang power bank. Pero ang mahal dito is yung mga kable sa taas. You look at those cable. That's a very expensive investment. Kasi manggagaling siya sa labas sa transformer. Like here, we asked Meralco to install another transformer para lang makuha tong load na to pag sabay-sabay tayo ng charge.
So basically, Dennis, sa mga sinabi mo, ang daming requirements, ang daming kailangang gawin just to, power an EV electric vehicle. So bakit mo pinasok tong negosyo na to?
Well, again, as an entrepreneur, I saw an opportunities. Something na kumbaga, hindi madaling pasukin ng ibang player. Right?
Like a challenge.
I mean, it's a challenging task, right? But the point here is like, wala masyadong papasok pa. Kasi nga mahirap gawin. Right? So, at least nauna na ako. So, from there, pag na-set up na natin to, then we start going back. We'll help naman the mom and pops para mag-transition. Kasi nakita mo gaano kahirap, di ba? I don't expect them to do it the way we're doing it. Kasi nga, ang mahal ng investment, no? But again, with this investment and probably having me in your program, it shows that validates that we're the EV leader or pioneer sa logistic, right? So from here we just keep growing. No? That's how I look at Mober.
So mga ilang sasakyan, yung mga nagkakasya dito at maximum sa ano?
Itong unit na to, mga 20 lang nagkakasya. So pinagkukuhan na lang namin, sa linsina na lang. So we have a preloading sa Ikea. Then pagbalik nila,
Malapit lang sila
yes,
dito, right? Yeah.
this is built because of IKEA. Dahil malapit lang kami. So but again, malit na to sa amin. We're scouting for another lote somewhere in MOA side. Yeah.
So how soon ang lipat? Tapos ito wala na to.
Yes.
Oh.
We have to do the financials, and we cannot keep a white elephant. So from there, it should be very soon. Very soon. I mean, if we can do it by end of April, we'll do it.
You want to show that one or?
Yeah. So this is this is a very small unit, right? This is a van. This is our first 2 units. Dito kami nagsimula. So maliit lang siya.
So may konting sentimental value ito.
Yes, may sentimental value to sa amin. Maliit lang siya. Parang kotse lang siya pag drive.
Unang impression ko parang hindi ko masasabi agad na
EV siya.
EV siya.
Yes. It's just like conventional yung labas niya. And they remove na the EV markings here. Used to be EV markings dito.
Now, getting into this business, what do you think was the biggest obstacle?
Funding. It's easy for us to grow the business because there's a demand, right? But the problem is that there's no institutional or commercial banks na gusto pa mag-fund ng EV. Because takot nga sila what will happen to the EV after 5 years, right? What will be the resale value?
Yeah, kasi yung mga de gasolina, it could last for what? A decade?
Yes.
More than a decade?
And for this
Yung
one,
EV,
battery mo, 6 years ang warranty. So we don't know what will happen. But based on our study, because for Mober, when we buy our EV, we buy it from the source. And we customize the size of the battery. So based in China, the first generation battery, naglast sila ng 7-8 years. So I'm banking on this. We have a second generation battery.
Ilang years na ba to?
Ito 2 years and a half.
Oh.
And the degradation is still very good. It's still very good. So hoping that the battery will last 10 years. Yeah. If we reach 10 years, that will be very happy.
Wish list. Ano pang gusto mo sana that, I don't know, from the government side, from the private sector side, do you have a wish list?
Well, again, on the government side, if they can give us right away the moratorium for truck ban so that we can buy bigger trucks, right? I showed you the tractor head, right? So if we have this moratorium, we're asking for 3 years lang, that will be fine for us, right? 2, for the private sector, try not to tokenize lang the sustainability.
Walk the talk.
Make it serious, right? I mean, when you say you want to do sustainable job, do it. No? I mean, the first and easiest way to do it is just transition your delivery to an EV, right? And you don't have to invest. There's Mober like zero emission, zero capex, right? And just book with Mober and we'll just give you the EV that you need.
Ito, this logo.
Yeah, this logo. This is new logo. We created this 2023, right? That green one represent leaf because of the greenery, right? So the gold one and the white one, siya yung kidlat. Yeah. So because we're doing electric, that's the bolt one, right? Then itong gitna na to represent box. So represent delivery. So, yung buong story na yun, it says that we are a sustainable delivery provider company. So, we have this story when we did it.
Tell us about how you started this company. What were your dreams, aspirations before all this started?
Well, I started Mober 2015. It was a pivot from a taxi dispatching system before. Then, during those time, I was looking for investor, and unfortunately, Philippines was still in infancy as far as the startups are concerned. So, when the taxi and ride-hailing came from the region to the Philippines, right, it was quite disappointing for me because I was the one who pioneered the first taxi dispatching in the Philippines. But as an entrepreneur, instead of getting disheartened, I was able to find another pivot. So that time, I realized that there's no on-demand delivery app. So from a taxi dispatching, I pivoted to an on-demand delivery app, right? That was around 2016, and we were able to transition the furniture and the appliance way of buying. I remember if you buy a TV before, it will be delivered after 5 days, right? Because of the technology, we're able to do a same-day delivery, right? So from there, we're able to grow. We're now in around 100 chain of the biggest appliance centers in the Philippines. We're nationwide, right? Then by 2021, when Ikea came, they were asking me for an EV. That was really new, no? In fact, my first thought of EV is the golf cart, right? Yun lang ang may EV, di ba? Yung golf cart ng EV.
Nothing as big as this one.
Nothing as big as this one, right? But I saw some of this, parang e-jeepney sa Mandaluyong. Yung mga parang box na I tried talking to them. I want to convert that into EV delivery so that I can give IKEA. But fortunately, early 2021, I was able to get 2 vans similar to this one. Right? We started with 2 vans. No? So now we have 60 combined. We have around 14 of this. I think most of them we have this much, right?
Pero why EV? Bakit yung EV yung hinihingi ng IKEA at that time?
I think IKEA is very disciplined or very focused on sustainability. I think they're the first retailer in the Philippines who required their transport service provider to go EV. No? If I'm not mistaken, IKEA has a mandate that by 2025, the whole IKEA worldwide will be only using an electric delivery for their home delivery. Yeah.
And so far, ilang companies lang ba ang may EV delivery service?
Now, aside from IKEA, right, we're able to convince SM Appliance Center to transition to EV. We're in the middle of discussion on how to pivot na from their ICE to EV. No? In fact, I think this year, from the current 60 units that we have, we're probably boosting it to 250 to 300. Most of the unit will go to the same-day delivery of SM Appliance Center.
Ano bang benefits ng isang company na gagamit ng EV services like yours? Mas mura ba? Ano bang makukuha nila?
Well, again, there's a myth. There's a mindset gap, no? 2 years ago, last year, when we started pitching Mober service to FMCG, to retailer, ang una nilang sinasabi, dapat mas mura ang delivery nyo. Kasi mas mura ang kuryente kaysa sa diesel, right? Well, true. Partly true. If you look at the OPEX side, the operating cost side, it's really true because our cost per delivery per kilometer, pag EV gamit natin, 2 pesos lang. 2 to 2.50 pesos per kilometer. Versus if we use a diesel one, umaabot tayo ng 12. Eh kung tumaas pa yung diesel, umaabot pa tayo ng 14. Can you see the disparity from 250 to 14? It's really big savings. So, however, the biggest cost is the acquisition. Like for example, this unit is a 3.3 million, right? Pag bumili tayo ng diesel nito, mga 1.7 lang. So like itong unit na to, this is a 1.9 million. Pero kung bumili ka ng diesel nito, 800,000 lang. Right? So the acquisition cost is quite expensive ba. So we have to consider the acquisition and depreciation into our costing. Kaya may premium, no? Pero sa Mober, when we offer our services, same rates lang ng diesel. We never ask for a premium.
So again, kung same lang yung i-shell out nila, why should they choose an EV?
Okay, transitioning to EV is not like just tokenization, like, ng EV ako. It's a commitment. I mean, there should be a commitment that gusto ko mag-EV dahil I want to have this sustainability campaign, right? like kami sa Mober, we're small, we're just a startup, right? We are in a position now that dapat kaingitan din ng ibang tao kasi we're making money, at the same time, we're helping Mother Earth, right? I mean, hindi namin to sinadya na, gusto ko mag-EV kasi we want to help Mother Earth. It's not like that, no? It's just like, we have a client like Ikea, we have a client like yung mga FMCG, na gusto nila mag-EV because as a big corporation, they have this mandate from corporate. Like for Ikea, I think 2030, dapat zero na sila for carbon offset. For Nestle, I think 2040 or 2050, right? So may ganun campaign. And for us, we're here to help them, right? Sometimes, hindi ba irony, we're just so small, we're helping the big company to make sure that their sustainability campaign ma-reach, right? So I think the logistic side is one of the fastest way that pwede tayo mag-transition papuntang EV.
And so far, is the Philippines, yung regulations ba, is that helping you? Or may challenges, may gaps pa bang kailangan tugunan?
With the current administration, I think with in fairness to the government, right? I mean, first thing that they did is they removed the tariff of importing EV, right? That's around 30%, no? They also removed the coding, no? Moratorium for 8 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's right. So kapag EV,
Walang coding.
walang coding. So you get to deliver more with the same,
Yes.
same cost.
So for one extra day that we can use our EV means an extra revenue for the next 5 years, right? For us, it's a big factor.
Pero alam ba ng mga traffic enforcer na EV yung sasakyan?
Okay, there was some misunderstanding with the Makati enforcer before. Pero syempre bago. Naintindihan naman natin na hindi pa ata na-disseminate sa kanila na maayos. Pero we politely tell them na this is an EV. We ask them, sir, check nyo na lang kung may mahanap yung tambucho dito.
Wala.
So wala silang mahanap. Though we have put 100% EV here. But again, anybody can claim na 100. So we just wanna tell the enforcers na, sir, ito walang tambucho, this is EV. And we have a copy also na yung moratorium na exempted kami sa coding, no. Pero may mga konta rin kami na experience na enforcer na hindi. So kami naman on our company policy, pinapatikita namin, then we just contest it talaga.
Ano pa ba ibang benefits other than this no coding?
So far, no coding, the 30% zero tariff, right? Sa ngayon, wala pa ako makitang iba. Ako naman, I'm trying to tell the government, no, especially sa author ng EVIDA law, na baka pwede nyo naman, sir, isama din yung truck ban na ma-exempt kami. Kahit 3 years moratorium, right? For us, like this truck, this is a bigger one. I think this is pasok sa truck ban. But this is a smaller one. And the one at the back, hindi to truck ban. Pero, may mga regulation kasi tayo na each city, na pag 6-wheel ka, you have to pay something, right? Yung parang road users tax ng city, no? We're trying to explain that yung sasakyan namin, even 6-wheel siya, yung capacity niya, mas magaan sa totoong 6-wheel na nakasaad sa standard ng LTO. So, we're still trying to explain na sana mabigyan kami ng exemption.
Pero so far, how's the reception ba? Kasi what I'm seeing right now is, yes, we want to achieve sustainability, we want EVs, pero the regulation is not, catching up as fast as, technology is advancing.
Well, yes, no. I mean, we're lucky because we're in the commercial side of EV, no. If you talk to the consumer side, like for example, tayong dalawa, bumili tayong kotse natin na EV, ang problema natin yung range anxiety. Paano pumunta ako ng Baguio, walang charger doon, right? So that's one thing that I think is stopping everybody to go to EV yet, no. But for an entrepreneur or an investor na gawa mo na ako ng charger, that's a chicken and egg issue, right? Charger ba una or bibili ako ng second? So for logistic, the beauty here is sa logistic, like kami, we know that all our trucks ang bin-dispatch namin mga 120, 130 kilometers, right? So alam namin na makakabalik talaga sila dito para mag-charge, no? So we don't have that range anxiety issue, no? On some benefits, wala pa akong makita. Probably, I think the government, the administration is ready to listen. No? For us, if we can have some tax holiday, if we're using EV, or we can submit a carbon offset and offset that in our taxes, that would be great, sana.
Now, you mentioned battery life. Can you tell us a little more about that? How do you manage, especially, of course, itong sasakyan na to, hindi lang iisa yung pupuntahan, marami kasi delivery nga, di ba? So, how do you manage the battery and then the charging, yung mga ganong issue?
So, as mentioned a while ago, that alam na namin kung gaano kalayo. No? Like for this truck, this can go to 80 kilometers, this van to 30, and the one at the back to 50, right? So we know that a full charge can go as far as that range. No? But to share something that yung wala pa masyadong alam sa EV, every time na nag-brake tayo, nagre-recharge siya. There's a regeneration. The friction from the brake generates power. No? So that's why we train our driver, which we call them GDS, Green Delivery Specialist dito, on how to use the EV. So, again, lahat to, we put our own IoT, it's Internet of Things. It's just like a GPS. Pero plus, some protocol na kita na namin sa dashboard ng dispatcher namin na itong unit na to, nasaan siya, ilan % pa ang battery na titira sa kanya, so that we can properly dispatch a new booking. So kita naman yun. Yun ang pinaka-importante is we are investing so much in, we call it a BMS, in the battery management system, because half of the cost of this EV is battery. You know? Like if this is a 3.3 million, ang battery cost ito baka 1 million pesos. So we have to manage the life and the health of the battery.
Talk to me about growth prospects, expansion plans this year, ilang sasakyan, may bibilhin ba kayo? And first of all, congratulations din pala, you have a new funder, right?
Yeah. So I thank you for the news funding announcement, right? So we are able to raise that fund. In fact, that fund was
$2 million?
$2 million. That fund was put in Q3 last year. Ngayon ko lang nilabas. And we're expecting another round of $5 million, hopefully by end of Q1, right? So it shows that our space is getting traction, right? Investors are coming also in the Philippines, right? For our growth expansion this year, we currently have 60 units. We're anticipating or expecting that hopefully with everything goes well, we'll have around 280 units by year end. It's a challenge because we don't know how soon they can deliver. Number two, if you look at this charging station, this is our first charging station, this won't fit our 280 units. So we're now looking for two new yards, one somewhere in MOA, and the other one will be in Laguna. Because Laguna, nandun yung mga bodega ng mga FMCG, so dun na kami mag-charge.
Oh, so alam na natin agad kung sinong next client, FMCG daw.
Yeah, I mean, it's FMCG. I'm giving credit to this FMCG because you're trying to change the culture. When I say the culture, pag nag-deliver ka sa loob ng supermarket, sa RDU, sa loading bay nila, aabutin ka ng siyam-siyam sa pila. Talagang buong hapon ka magpipila. And because we are doing an EV, and this big chain of supermarket, we're able to convince na it is also your responsibility as one of the biggest chain of supermarket na mag-sustainability kayo. It has no cost to you. All you have to do is tell your bodeguero, pag EV ang pumasok, express yan. Right? Express. So, well, of course, there's a certain timing lang. Paano kung EV na lahat? Paano mo i-express? But now, since we're in the infancy stage, give the EV a chance na pagdating, diskarga agad. So that we can use the same vehicle and deliver ulit so that we're able to bring down the delivery fee, right? So those are our kung secret ingredient namin. Tinutuhog lang namin yung delivery. No?
Now, Dennis, you talked in detail about your expansion plans this year, your growth prospects, pero do you think that the Philippines is ready for EVs?
Well, yes and no. Right? I would say yes because if I talk to a logistic point of view, right? Most of our transport provider in the Philippines are mom and pops. These are small companies who own 5, 10 units, right? I'm thinking how to help them transition to EV. Kasi unlike ICE, yung internal combustion engine, pupunta lang ako sa
Gas station.
sa nagbebenta ng truck o bili ako ng 5. Then hindi ko na puproblemahin saan ako magkakarga ng gasolina kasi ang daming gas station, right? But for EV, pag bumili ako ng 5,
Saan mo i-charge?
saan ko i-charge?
Oo.
Tatayo ako ng sarili kong charging, right? Then for a 5, 10 units, that's not viable, right? So, and since wala pa naman charging station, right? So, di nila alam. So, that's something is a showstopper for them. So, for Mober, since nakauna na tayo, and as a founder and the CEO of Mober, I want to scale Mober fast, right? For me to scale Mober fast and make it so big, in 2000, is to help the mom and pops transition to EV by, we can rent it to them, we can lease it to them, and we support it with charging station, right? So at the same time, while we grow our accounts, right, may mga mom and pops akong nagli-lease, so I can subcon it to them also. So it will supplement our main business. At the same time, we're helping the mom and pops to transition to EV, right? And no side is more on the, tayong dalawa, bibili ba tayo ng SUV na EV, no? Baka hindi pa kasi wala tayong mahanapan na charging station.
So that's really sa tingin mo, yun yung number one, the charging stations. So kailangan ubiquitous muna siya or dapat in the next, 500 ilang kilometers pa? Dapat ganun, di ba?
Yes. Because ang range ng mga consumer EV mas malalayo. Kasi mas magagaan sila. I think may 300, 400 kilometers na, no? So kung may mag-invest lang sa North Expressway or South Expressway, let's say every 100 kilometers may EV charger ka, that would be okay. Like I mentioned a while ago sa iyo na, I'm going to electrify the south going to Bicol, right? Bicol is 500 kilometers. Lagyan ko ng one charging point per 100 kilometers, yung mga truck ko, pwede nang bumiyahe ng Bicol.
So wait, sorry. Balik lang tayo ng konti. So you want to deliver from Manila all the way to
Bicol.
Bicol.
Yes.
So paano yun?
So, syempre, like ito, 280 kilometers lang ang range, right? So, hindi siya aabot ng Bicol, no? So, ang gagawin natin is like, every 150 kilometers, maglalagay ako ng charging point. So, kung 500 kilometers ang Bicol, probably 4 nun, enough. Na yung EV natin, pag pupunta ng Bicol, may charging points sila. After all, drivers and the helpers need to rest. So, habang nag-rest sila, nag-charge sila. So, that's how I wanna put, no? I mean, sometimes it's easier said than done. Ang challenge na nakikita ko dun is like, pag kinabitan ko ba ito ng charging station dito, stable na ba ang kuryente? Kasi nagbo-brownout pa sa Bicol. Eh, paano pagdating mo dun, walang brownout? How, di ba? So, those are the challenges. But me as a founder, as an entrepreneur, I have to take that gamble, no? It's a calculated gamble, right?
So, okay, final question. In the next 5 to 10 years, nasaan ang Mober?
Well, nag-usap tayo kanina, right? I'm not a very young founder anymore. So, I'm looking at something like, I want to hire a professional CEO to run the business. I'm a visionary. I'm not a professional CEO, right? So, but I know where I want to bring Mober. So, probably in the next 5 years, Mober can be publicly listed, no? I mean, if the market will be okay, then I toward that direction. Yeah.
And then 10 years, how big, mga ilang sasakyan kaya? Or
Well,
do you have that number na?
Well, again, it's easy to project, right? So if you look at the Philippine transport market, right? Kung meron kang 500,000 na registered sa LTFRB na for hire na truck, then if you take 20% of that, then that's 100,000 EVs, right? So just do the math. That much, right? But for me to own 100,000 EVs sa Mober, right? Meaning, I will need to hire 300,000 GDS, right? So that's a massive expansion. That's why, as early as now, I would like to go to helping the mom and pops so that meron din silang negosyo, but we do hand-holding with them, then eventually, tuloy-tuloy yun. After 5 years, 6 years, if they need to buy another fleet, then we're here to help. So it helps us grow Mober also.
Okay, total ikaw na nag-mention ng possible IPO. Magkano valuation nito in the next 5 years?
So, well, again, as a startup, right? Ang mga dream naman ng founder is to become a unicorn, right? But for me, hindi ganun masyado ang papunta ko, right? Wala akong masagot sa yung numero. But if I can grow it as a $1 billion company in the next 5 years, then I will aim for that.
Okay, sige. Mag-usap ulit tayo in the next couple of years kung saan na ang Mober. And thanks so much, Dennis, for showing me around this beautiful facility of yours. I learned a lot about EVs and transportation and all the different issues surrounding it. Let's continue the conversation. Download the Rappler Communities app and join the Money channel. And let's talk about transportation, EVs, and all things business there. Again, this has been another episode of Business Sense. I'm Ralph Rivas. Thanks for watching.